the Scarlet Lolo cooking show. Welcome! Today's show is about vegetable soup, but first I want to show you my inspirations. This is home. This is New Haven in East Sussex, where the Scarlet Lolo cooking show is born. Most of the recipes on the show I share with you are made from vegetables that start their life right here in this greenhouse as tiny little seedlings. Let's have a look inside. Yes, there's all sorts of veg here waiting to be transplanted. And depending on the time of year, you can learn how to grow things yourself. And visit the allotment by supporting me on Patreon. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Lolo allotment. This is the third year in the allotment and there's lots of stuff still growing. It's April, but a lot of things grew over winter and we've been harvesting all the way through. And most of the things you see here will be in the Lolo cooking show. And here we have some peas, some gladioli and some potatoes in bags. And in the tires there's a blueberry and loads of raspberries. I've noticed that there's a lot of confusion about YouTube and subscribing. They should call it maybe following or bookmarking, because subscription is always associated with payment. And when you subscribe to a YouTube channel, it doesn't cost you anything. Just hit your subscriptions button and all the channels you like to watch will be in one place. You don't have to pay. On Patreon, you'll find 3 options for supporting the Scarlet Lolo cooking show. The first option is to join the Lolo family at only £3. The second option is to become a growing fan. If you decide to support me on Patreon as a growing fan, you get an opportunity to visit this beautiful allotment. And then for £27.50, you become the Lolo VIP. And that will buy you a whole weekend. Let me introduce Beth. She was one of my first patrons and she came to see the allotment and work with me, and I asked her how it felt.
I've never visited before. Today is my first time and I absolutely love it. It's really tranquil, it's really beautiful, and it's so nice to get out of the city.
Spending time at the allotment has really inspired me to start growing my own healthy food and then cooking it. I've been trying out some of Scarlet's recipes from the show, and my favourite is the polenta and also the stir fry. But yeah, it's really delicious, yummy, nutritious and also easy to make, and I find it really helpful to follow Scarlet.
So this is what we did yesterday. We planted some potatoes. This is one of my favourite tools. It's called a dibber, wonderful for planting. There are some great opportunities for recycling as well. Caps, which make a lovely watering can out of your water bottle. So you just hold it and you just gently squeeze. A gentle way to water seedlings, but there's more. Here I used an old bed frame as a hanging herb garden. It really worked out nicely. Another example is using aluminium cans from drinks to make plant labels that will last a lifetime. And now, here's your weekly recipe. Cooking can be quite hard work, and in some ways I fear it should be, because you kind of have to earn the reward. Nice reward. I've started the potato and sweet potato, as I'm now going to tackle this beautiful root. You can of course just boil the celery, just cut it into small chunks in a soup. It's really nice flavour. Celeriac naturally has lots of salt in it, so it gives you a lovely salty flavour without actually having the salt. I love peeling sweet potatoes because they sit in the hand really beautifully. So I find them very easy to peel. Once peeled, potatoes can get quite slippery. Some people say you're supposed to always peel away from you, but I just can't bring myself to do that. don't know, it just feels unnatural to me. So this is how I do it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as you get the results and you're not hurting anyone. Ooh, it's nearly a yin-yang. I'm also adding a low-salt vegetable cube to the soup. And all the peel, as usual, goes in my compost. I don't think this has got very far to go. It's been on the boil for about 10 minutes. Needs a little longer. So now it is time to turn off the cooker, put the hot pot onto a solid surface, and using a blender to make it into soup. We are plugged in indeed. So let's give it a whirl. And the soup is ready. And especially if you're not feeling well and you're lying in bed, soup is a great option, full of valuable nutrition. Give it a go with Lolo. When you subscribe, you can get notifications, so you'll know whenever there's a new show.